Okay, I wanted to start off and mention that this is just a rant. This is me just annoyed that I have a good amount of people that continue to tell me that Demon Slayer is mid. And I am just so like annoyed that for some reason we have One Piece that has been going over for thousands of episodes and uses a very similar strategy to what Demon Slayer does. Now, what Demon Slayer and One Piece love to do is that they give you tragedies. A lot of characters constantly experience tragedies. But we're gonna say that Demon Slayer had this amazing scene. I think this was what, season two, and it was so epic, and the animation quality is so good for Demon Slayer for every section of it, for every season, right? And somehow, some way, we're in a situation where we're arguing as to whether Demon Slayer is worth watching. It's a very few amount of episodes comparatively to One Piece, and I'm just saying this by the way because the person that told me that Demon Slayer is mid is a One Piece fan, and I just am so beyond annoyed. One Piece is not so much better than Demon Slayer. They're both in some way like very basic stories. They're not that crazy. They're not that creative to some extent because it's just going from one section to another. A character is constantly getting stronger. It's a shonen, like they're just following a certain amount of rules and they're getting to the point where the main character is continuously getting stronger. Now, the reason that these stories are great is because a lot of people and a lot of characters, right? We as humans just admire that excitement of constantly improving, constantly growing. So to say that Demon Slayer is not good because it's a repetitive gimmick that you're going from killing one demon to the other, just is limiting how exciting so much animation is put into it, as well as how much heart is put into it. The tragedies are still creatively written. The story, the characters are still creatively written. A lot of the characters are very thought out and very well designed. So to say that we're very limited as to what we're doing is so crazy to me. We get movies for these. We get movies for One Piece too, but it's just absurd. This is an amazing show. The movies have made me tear up, cry. There's so much action. One Piece doesn't really do that for me. Now, I that's a completely different argument. That's a completely different video. But Demon Slayer is worth watching. If you haven't seen it, because people keep saying it's mid or because it's not worth watching, it's very repetitive. I'm here to tell you it is. Watch it today. Get excited for the next arc that's about to come out. Everything that you're watching here isn't even, it's a spoiler, but to some extent, I mean, you're just gonna love it even if you haven't seen it or you have seen it. It's just worth watching. You have to give Demon Slayer a try. You can't just follow along and say like, oh, it's popular, so I'm not gonna watch it. It's just ridiculous. It's just a bad take. I'm sorry, it's just a bad take.